Hello and welcome to Variant Edition. I'm your host, Cee Diddy. We're coming to you live from New England Comics in Brockton, Massachusetts. New England Comics has 8 locations throughout the New England area, including Brockton, Brookline, Quincy, Alston, New Bedford, Norwood, Malden, and Harvard. New England Comics, Massachusetts' #1 comics retailer. Tonight I'm joined by 3 experts in the field of comics who surprisingly had no plans on a Friday night. First we have the man who believes if women want to be on the Avengers, they should start their own team, Christian. We also have a man who has a very familiar face to all those fans out there of Cops, Ryan Olson. And last, but definitely not least, my good friend, the man who puts ass in Aspen Comics, Kyle Lane. Alright, so tonight we're going to be talking about variant covers. Now, in the last year, 2 years, variant covers have been a big part of the comic industry. More books are having them now. So, just to start right off, who's actually into the variant covers? Who's buying them? Who isn't buying them?
I buy certain ones.
So you're buying every so often?
If they do a series, like on Amazing Spider-Man, Joe Quinos does like a villain cover for the Gauntlet for every character that they introduce, and I've picked up every one so far.
Ryan, do you delve into the whole variant cover thing?
I mean, it has to be a really impressive cover to make me want to buy it. Because, I mean, if I can get the same issue for $3 as opposed to $10, $15, I'll get the direct edition for $3.
So the collector in you never jumps out saying, oh, I need to have that cover?
Well, the collector in me wants everything to be the same. So if I have, like, a complete run of, like, the Gauntlet for Spider-Man, I want everything to be the direct edition, first edition, as opposed to having a variant cover here and a variant cover there.
Kyle?
Yeah, it just depends on the price, who did it. I mean, I'm not going to go hunt them all down, usually.
Now, I mean, well, because you buy a lot of Aspen Comics.
Right.
They put out like a lot of different covers. And I mean, because you're a big fan of that company as a whole, like how do you deal with all those covers?
Like some Aspen books are, you'll have like 2 at the store at the same time, so they're the same exact price, and that's kind of fun because you just pick whichever one you want.
Right.
But when you go to conventions, they have exclusive covers. They'll have exclusive covers of their website sometimes. So, I mean, if it's a really, really nice cover and it's like $5, $7, maybe I'll get it.
What's the most covers you have for one book?
Oh, that I own or that's out there?
Yeah, like if there's like one single book, how many copies of it do you have of the different covers?
With some of Soulfire from Turner, probably like 5.
So the same book, 5 different covers.
It's possible.
So it's tough for you to say that you're not into variant covers.
Yeah, it depends on who did it, like I said, because Turner made some really sweet covers, so yeah.
Chris, how often are you buying variant covers? Weekly basis?
I probably buy about 1 a week.
Have you always done that? Or is it
Not
something...
always, like, shopping at New England Comics, like, they have a lot of good prices on them. Like, they'll be like $1 more, and I'll be like, oh, that's a little bit better. And for the $1, I'll spend it.
Ryan, when's the last time you bought a variant cover?
Probably about a month ago.
Which one was it?
I think it was, I found like a Michael Turner variant for Hulk, for the Red Hulk that was on sale, so I picked it up just because it looked cool. Nice. I mean, for variant covers, they just don't really appeal to me.
Have you ever come across one where you'll buy the variant just because the regular cover is no good? And pay the extra $1 or $2?
Actually, yes. I mean, I do this with Aspen Comics because Kyle's kind of...
Wait, you read it?
Yes, I read Aspen.
Did you know that? So that's 2 people?
Yes, we're the 2 fans that supporting that.
Oh, wow. Okay, alright. That's big news.
But, like, I will, with Aspen, because they're the same price, I'll pick and choose which cover I want, because I don't have to worry about paying a couple extra dollars for a variant.
Not to make this the Aspen show, but do they give you, like numbers so that you know, like, how rare they are?
It goes through, like, well...
rare?
Well, a lot of the covers will be 1 in 25. Or 1 in 10.
No, it's just
do you know the ratio?
A, B,
or?
C, D, and it's all the same.
And then, like, if it's a convention cover, it says, like, 1 in 500 or of 500 or whatever.
Chris, what's the most you've ever spent on a variant cover?
I think I usually don't go any higher than $15.
But you've spent...
I probably passed that once.
Kyle?
I couldn't even tell you what.
I don't know what
Oh, it's bad. I don't know.
Over 20?
I'd say at least 20, maybe 25.
I'm
Not
pretty
sure.
sure I dropped 25 on
Yeah.
on Blackest Night issue 1, so I can't really.
Who did it?
That cover was, I think it was Van Scrier. The first issue, it was Ethan Van Scrier.
Was it like sketch or just a regular cover?
No, it was just really cool looking.
Sweet.
And that's the thing for me, and I think
Yeah.
Chris, you go along with this too. Sometimes if it looks good, it's just you just have to have it for that cover.
I like the Siege variants.
Right.
I have all 3 of those. I think it's Delato that does them.
Okay.
And like, I think a lot of those are sick, especially Siege 3, the Captain America one.
I think any variant's going to be better because I hate the Siege thing with the thing down the
It
side.
takes away half of the art.
It definitely makes you want to look at the variants a little bit more and have something a little bit more, more appealing.
That could be the point, though.
That's true too. I mean, now Marvel's
Loves
been
his money.
Marvel's been doing this thing for the last maybe 3 or 4 months, where they've been doing themes. They had the anniversary frame. They just did a Deadpool month. There's the Women of Marvel coming up, which I know Chris is going to buy a lot of. And then there's going to be the Iron Man month, where every cover has Iron Man. If you want X Factor, you're going to get one with Iron Man on it.
Wolverine.
Did they do a Wolverine month
Oh, yeah.
too?
Yep.
So that's how Marvel's been doing it. I can see the pros. If you have somebody who really likes Iron Man, he might go out and buy every single cover. I know with the anniversary frames, I wanted to get a lot of them. I'm probably going to go back and try to get the rest of them for books that I don't read, but just to have them. DC, on the other hand, they're just doing different cool variants. What do you think is working out better? I mean, what do you prefer?
I think the themes are actually a really interesting idea, especially because, I mean, it helps promote, like, with Iron Man, it's obviously intended to help promote the movie.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it's a really cool, it makes, for me anyway, somebody that doesn't really care about variant covers, it makes me more interested in buying them. Like the 70th anniversary ones, I picked up a couple of those ones just because.
I think the themes are great if the theme is better. I don't want Iron Man on the cover of Spider-Man.
Well, yeah,
'cause it makes no sense to me. Like,
Right.
There was that Deadpool
Absolutely.
on the cover of one of the recent Captain Americas, their variant. I thought it just looked silly.
Some of those were hysterical, though.
Yeah, some of them were really funny, but I mean,
but did you buy any because they made you laugh?
No, not at all.
I felt the same way about, like, people were making a big deal about the Siege 3 variant and how Deadpool was on it, and he's not even in the book.
Now the Siege 3, yeah, that's going back to Marvel, helping the retailers out, saying send us the Blackest Night books, and we're going to give you this amazing variant.
It wasn't that amazing.
A lot of people, I mean, J. Scott Campbell is a very, very popular artist, you know what I mean? I would have preferred the cover to kind of reflect Siege.
Yeah,
I
like-
think they could have used his talent in a different way. I mean, I know Deadpool is really popular right now, but that book still sold just because of how rare it is.
Yeah, well, there's always going to be collectors that want to buy it and then sell it for something higher. But not to say that Campbell's art wasn't great. Like the drawing was great.
Yeah.
I just wish like the theme of that was better. Like the whole Ali G thing just didn't really make sense to me at all.
I guess it really depends on how you feel about the character that they're doing it for. 'Cause, I mean, I like Deadpool. I read all the books, so I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting to see him on different covers, even though he had nothing to do with the book.
So did you buy any of the Deadpool variants?
I bought a couple of them, but it was only because it was the same price as the rest of them.
That's how I feel a lot about it too. Back to the 70th anniversary, which I bought a couple of.
Yeah.
They were only like $1 or $2 more.
But there were some that were
Yeah,
more expensive
More,
too.
but luckily those weren't books that I read, so it didn't kill me not to buy them.
I was gonna say, case in point, the Alex Ross variants for like 600 issues of Incredible Hulk and Amazing Spider-Man. Like I picked those up.
Right, but
And-
with Alex Ross, it's completely different too.
Well,
'Cause
yeah,
it's not really a variant cover. I mean, Alex Ross, that's the real cover. You're spending more for the Joe Quesada or the other guy.